What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today I want to talk about some breaking news that basically Manchester United are having a massive summer clear out this upcoming transfer window. Just before we get into the video, guys, make sure you drop a like below, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and let's get into it. Now, we all know that Manchester United has quite a few players that people consider Deadwood FC. Personally, I do agree that a lot of players do need to get out of the club, but some of those players who I feel should be gone have been given new contracts recently. So the 6 players that are supposedly on their way out of the club are Ander Herrera. As we know, he has been linked with PSG for quite a while now, and it turns out that apparently he has a pre-contract done up with PSG and he will 100% be going there this summer, which I feel is the worst news for me. Out of all the list of 6 players, this is probably the worst one. I'm a big fan of Ander Herrera, and I think him going to PSG is just a massive mistake. However, I don't agree with the demand for 200k a week. People are saying, yeah, but because he'd be gone for free, you know, we should keep him and give him that wage. It's not really about that. The principle is, if you give in to these players and their demands, every other player is going to keep doing it. We're having massive money issues with players, and it's all because of Alexis Sanchez. Herrera wanting 200k a week isn't the worst thing in the world, and it's not like we can't afford it. But I do feel like if we just get a younger player in and pay them whatever wage a week, it could work out in our favour. Herrera is 29. He's not too old or anything, but I just feel that he's getting a 5-year contract with PSG, and I don't think we can offer him exactly what he wants. And for him, obviously, it's a no-brainer. We know Ander Herrera loves the club, and I did consider him as one of the options that I would want for captain, but obviously it's a bit disappointing, the news here, and but if Herrera wants to go, I wish him luck. I won't be ever calling him a snake, although I do feel a little sad, but that's not really his fault. It's the club's, it's Ed Woodward's, and we should have offered him a contract sooner, but this is what happens. Next on the list, Juan Mata is also due to be shipped out in the summer. Again, Juan Mata is one of my favourite players, but I do feel that he has dropped in terms of levels and performances. I don't think he's good enough for Manchester United right now. There was talk of Juan Mata being a brand ambassador for Manchester United, and I did think, okay, well, if that's the case, then maybe he's going to finish out his career there. But supposedly he is now going to be on his way out this summer. So that leads me to think, well, is he going to be a club ambassador? I don't know. Juan Mata is a great guy. He seems like a really friendly, down-to-earth person. But at the end of the day, we need people who are going to play for the club and do their very best. And personally, I don't think he can do that for us, as much as I love the guy. So with him heading out in the summer, I do think that it's probably for the best. Then next on the list, we have Alexis Sanchez. Personally, I was quite happy with Alexis Sanchez coming into Manchester United. I thought this was going to be huge, and he's been here for a year and a half now, and it's just been a letdown, a complete letdown. I feel like Alexis Sanchez is a great player and he has so much potential, but he just doesn't fit into Manchester United. I'm not sure what's drawn up in his contract. There's always talk about, he's constantly playing on the side. Is that in his contract? I believe so. I do believe so. I think he's on a massive wage. I think he has screwed up the mentality of players and their agents, and because Alexis Sanchez is literally doing nothing at Manchester United, but he's getting paid the most, that's a kick in the face for those who are giving everything they have for the club. It's a massive smack in the face, and those players are now standing up and they're retaliating. They're saying, I want more money. If Alexis Sanchez is getting this for uploading pictures of him in the Manchester United gym or videos of him on Instagram saluting the camera to weird country music, if he's getting paid that much money for doing that, then why am I only getting 50,000 a week or 75,000 a week? So I understand why the players are demanding money or you know, if that is true. We know Herrera is, and we've heard of other players wanting more. And, you know, if that is the case, I understand where the players are coming from. But Alexis Sanchez needs to leave the club because he doesn't do anything. He's draining the money. He's just screwing everything up, and he hasn't really done anything for us at all. So yeah, him being shipped out in summer, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so next on the list we have Matteo Darmian. And I know this sounds terrible, but I completely forgot that Matteo Darmian was a Manchester United player recently. I saw a post about him and I thought, oh geez, he's still at the club. And that is awful. If you're forgetting your own players are at the club, it just shows how terrible they are and how ineffective they've been for the club and, you know, everything. You don't even see them at training. You don't even see them in pictures anymore. So Matteo Darmian, for me, I did think that this was a good signing, and I actually was there for his debut. He looked like a good prospect, but you know, it's just not happening for him, and we need to be getting players out to make money so we can get more players in. So I don't even know how much Darmian will go for, but to be honest, he just needs to go and we need to get money in so we can buy more players. Okay, next on the list we have Antonio Valencia. And personally, I really love Antonio Valencia. I think he's done a lot for the club. He's been a great player of the club, but enough is enough and it is time to go. He's not getting game time. He still has ability, but I don't think it's enough to be a Manchester United player. So I do wish him luck. We all know he's going. And yeah, Antonio Valencia, thank you for your service and you've been great, but it is time to go. So good luck for your future. Lastly on the list we have Eric Bailly, and I really did think that he was going to be the answer to all our prayers, and it just isn't really happening. I don't know what it is. I kind of was annoyed at Jose Mourinho not giving Bailey the time that he needs, but quite clearly there is some sort of issue with him. I do think he can be a little bit reckless in games. I think he can make mistakes that are, you know, that really screw us over. But again, he can have really good performances, but we're just not seeing it. And maybe he's not just getting the time. As well, is he putting in the work at training? You know, you just don't know what really goes on behind the scenes. And yeah, it is disappointing because Bailey did seem like a saviour to me when he came in. I thought, okay, this has to be good, but it just wasn't happening. And yeah, I do think that there will be a lot of interest in him though, because he does have a lot of potential. I do think he's a great defender. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Also, we have Marcos Rojo, who has literally been injured for most of his Manchester United career. I do think Rojo is a brilliant defender. You see it for Argentina as well. He is good and he gives everything and he even scores goals. But as well, he can be quite reckless too. When he was playing quite a bit, I kind of felt nervous if he'd dive in or give away penalties. So as much as I do like him and think he could do good, he has screwed us up with injuries, and you know, he has made quite bad decisions at times. So for him to be going out in the summer, if he does as well, along with the other 6 players, I do think it would be a good decision. Having this big clear out in the summer makes me a little bit nervous, because if we do get rid of all those players who really haven't done much this season anyway, minus Herrera, if we get rid of them, we must get people in. We must have people to replace them. I know we have talented youth coming up in the system, and that does excite me a lot, but I still think we need to make some really good signings this summer, and if we don't, we're screwed. We really need to fight. We need to be competing for the top level of the Premier League. We need to be up there with them, and we're not. We're just not. Getting rid of these players is a start. Getting rid of Alexis Sanchez, mainly because of his massive wage, that has to be done. I know this sounds ridiculous, okay, but let's imagine for a minute that I am Alexis Sanchez and I'm getting so much money a week, $500,000 a week or so, for playing for Manchester United. I'm not playing, I'm not really doing anything, and the fans don't love you. So if it was me, I'd be sitting thinking, oh my god, I hate this. I'm here for a reason and I'm not doing that. Like, I am an amazing footballer. Why can't I show that? If I was Alexis Sanchez, to give the world something to talk about and to kind of give yourself that pride, I would say, right, look, put me on a pay cut. Give me a pay cut. And until I start performing like I should, until I start earning that money and deserving that money, then hike up my wages again. But I will willingly take a pay cut because my performances have been shit. But of course, in the real world, that would never happen. That would never happen. A player wouldn't do that, and especially Alexis Sanchez. He quite clearly loves the fact that he gets the most money in the Premier League. He's the highest paid earner in the Premier League, and he's quite happily taking that money and not doing anything except saluting his camera on Instagram, which is really weird, by the way. I had to unfollow Alexis Sanchez because every time he uploaded a story, it was just him like this with the camera, and then at the very end, he'd go like this, and I was like, that's weird. It's odd. You do it every time. He's like a mime. I don't know. I'm done giving Alexis Sanchez the benefit of the doubt. I'm done saying, oh, you know, we have to support him. He'll come good. He's had way too much time here and he's done nothing. And I would love to see him take a pay cut. That's the only way I'd like to see Alexis Sanchez stay at Manchester United, is if he cut his wages in half or more and just waited until he actually deserved that money. If not, gone. See you later. Alright, last thing on my list that I do want to talk about is David De Gea. David De Gea still hasn't signed a new contract, which is extremely worrying for us fans, for the club. We were told back a few months ago that David De Gea is close to signing the contract, and since then it's only gotten worse. It seems that he's further away from signing the contract now, which sucks. I do feel like, you know, his mates, Mata and Herrera, are kind of, it's up in the air with what they're doing. So maybe that is affecting David De Gea. I don't know. I heard that United are trying to hold tight and they're going to risk losing him for free next year by just holding on for him for that 1 year, because they triggered that in his contract, so they can extend his stay for 1 year. And hope that he signs in the meantime, but that does risk us losing David De Gea on a free next year. And if Manchester United are risking that, I'm pretty annoyed. But again, they may not have a choice. If David De Gea doesn't want to sign a new contract, they don't really have a choice. Selling him seems awful. I would hate for Man United to sell him, but if they have to make money, because he is worth a lot of money, it's 50-50, you know. It's a really tough situation. It's a really tough situation. One thing's for sure, we are in a lot of trouble with our players and with the club. All I know is the board and Ed Woodward need to back Ollie and give him a lot of money for the summer transfer window, and we need to fix this mess. I do worry about what's going to happen in the future. But I do think if we get our targets, if we get the players that we want, I trust and believe that we can progress and we can compete and challenge for the title. Fingers crossed, the players that we need gone, go, and everything goes smoothly from there. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts on everything I've discussed today. I'd love to know what you think in the comments. Let's get the conversation going, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, drop a like on the video, and I will see you for the next one.